And then it starts, and then we have Kathy in the background. Quiet. Okay, so welcome to Promochat Deep Dive, where we go into one of the tweets that really impressed us from our Promochat of the Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern time, and we dig a little bit deeper. So this week we're really excited because it's our first live or in-person Promochat. And not to prove that all Canadians do know each other, but in this case, the two Canadians do know each other. So my company, Clearmount, is just around the corner from Redwood Classics, where Edward works. And so we thought, what a better time to sort of get a topic in person. We're doing an actual factory meet here when we talk about it. So this week was really exciting because what we talked about was sustainability. So we took on the article from Fast Company and dug a little bit deeper into Fast Promo. And so we had a fabulous chat, which I highly recommend everyone go back and read through. But the one tweet that we really loved was the one that Edward had. And this one was from our tweet of question 6. It's campground rules out there, folks. Leave it better than you found it. How are you going to do better? And so Edward came back with educate, educate, educate. All we can do is continue to educate through our social media channels and features in the traditional media. As Clearmount mentioned, let's work to change the narrative together, making business about people, planet, and profit. So because it's me, I'm going to read my tweet again. So we're just covering everything here. So mine was, don't make those clients your clients. They don't have your interest of your brand, you, or the planet in mind. Make your mission to do better promo. So what I love about Redwood is it's top quality products. They are the products that are meant to last. So my question, how we're digging deeper, is how are you going to educate us? What about Redwood Classics is not about fast fashion or fast fashion or fast promo? What makes your product last beyond the event? Mm-hmm. And what initiatives does Redwood have to sort of educate and promote your brand?
Of course. I would say the first point is really, let's think about it this way, is how do we educate? To begin, it's really in social media, in our outlets. That's really our main avenue to educate anyone across the globe. If you follow us on Redwood Classics, we always do Factory Fridays because we're trying to humanize apparel manufacturing, makers, and just this whole supply chain, right? Because being in 2018 nowadays, everything's about transparency. And I know that there are some suppliers that aren't as transparent as us, but it's our mandate to be as transparent as possible. So you can kind of dig a little deeper and be a part of the family. And that's really what we try to aim to do. Education is also in the content that we share on social media. So it's not all about Redwood Classics. It's actually about the promo industry, and it's also about the fashion industry. What are they doing? How do we kind of mingle the two together and synthesize it and see, okay, does this work with our retailers that follow us? Does this work with promotional product distributors that follow us? That kind of thing. Also, if we were talking about fast fashion or even fast promo, I think one important thing to always remember is that we don't need more product, we just need better product, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not, hey, let's just order a bunch of pens, right? Let's order a certain amount of pens, but make them great pens so they can last, more than just 1 or 2 times when you click it. Same thing with t-shirts. Instead of just ordering an abundance of t-shirts, why don't we invest in the quality and actually order quality t-shirts? So it's not those ones where you throw in the wash twice and it becomes your painting shirt. It's ones that you're going to wear day after day after day. And once you wash it, you bring it on, you're like, oh, it's still soft. I'm going to put it back on,
You keep wearing it.
Exactly. It's something that never leaves your skin, right?
Yeah, and it's so true with apparel, especially because it becomes the conduit for your brand. And so as a distributor, they really have to think about how there's budget, but is this going to look really crappy? Is this something that someone pulls out as their favorite item? And can you talk about how Redwood Classics kind of works in with tying the brand and their brand and their values with your brand and your values?
Of course. I think that you hit that right you hit the nail on the hammer. Is really find out your client's brand, right? Your end user's brand, right? Are they all about quality, right? Do they hold those values too? And then as a distributor, I feel like once you understand your client's brand, to its like full potential. Now you got to find your suppliers that share those. So let's say, for example, you are a craft brewer. It's all about being local. You want to source the best quality products for what you brew. So why would you, as a distributor, then source something like a lesser grade T-shirt or even a plastic bottle opener? Why not invest in the quality for your client and source something like a cast iron bottle opener? Little things like that, I feel like really make a difference once you understand it. So if your client says, "Hey, I have a quality product, or my brand is very, very premium. I'm looking for something to align those values." Once they come into us and they actually either dive into the Meet the Maker series on YouTube, or they actually come to our physical factory and see all the love that goes into garment manufacturing, then I'm just gonna pause. I'm so sorry, just because the air conditioning gets really loud. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So we do the pause.
Yeah. So just to answer that, I think it's really, once you as a distributor understand your client's brand values, then you kind of jump in and you're like, and you look at your army of suppliers. You're like, okay, which one do I know will produce the best quality T-shirts? Which one will I know will produce a quality notebook that my client's team is actually going to use? Right. So I think once you have a better understanding of your end user or your client, and then you have a better understanding of your supplier, don't just go to them like, oh, that's the T-shirt guy, or that's the pen guy. Who's my premium T-shirt guy? Who's my premium pen guy? And are those my go-tos for this client? I mean, one thing over here is we don't really have a identity crisis. We know what we are. We know what we do
Very
best.
true, yeah.
Right? So if you come to me and you say, I want a T-shirt for $3 net, well, this big apologies. Like, that's not something that we could help out with. Thank you for thinking about this. Thank you for thinking about us for this project, but that's something that maybe another supplier can fulfill for you. Should you ever be looking for something a little more premium and a garment or even pants like our Fox joggers, just to be super cozy and actually last the test of time, come to us. But for that project, thank you, but no thank you. That's kind of how we approach it.
And again, it goes into like, for the distributor that's pitching the $3 T-shirt to a client that, you know, has spent a ton of money on their brand, is all about sustainability, has made one of their new initiatives to be green, and you're going, here's something that's not going to last, that was a huge waste on, because like, it's not just like, everyone always thinks of like green as like the product, but it's also the process. So it can be, was this imported from China? Was this using super cheap labor, which, you know, the working conditions weren't great? Like, what have you done to sort of, that's the question of like, how are you making sure that what you have aligns with your clients? Like, they put tons of money into it, so it better look good.
Yeah,
so,
it's the client's brand, and also what is the event about too? If your event is about pitching sustainability, why source those kind of products for just a more premium product where you can actually trace who the manufacturer is? Or it's a manufacturer that you can just knock on their door and, hey, I'm looking for some water bottles, hoping you can help me, right? Or I'm looking for some premium fleece. Is this the place to go to, kind of thing, right?
And what I love about you guys is like, there's all these details that you don't think about, but that are so key with your product. So your stitching is different and meant to last. Your fabric is thicker and more well done and like tighter knit, so it's meant to last. Like, it's all these features that, you know, I don't work in apparel and I don't think about, but then I get it and I'm like, well, I love this. And then Kathy or you are laughing at me being like, well, it's because of, and I'm like, right, okay, cool.
Like, okay, I get it.
It all works. So it's perfect. Well, thank you so much for being part of our first like live promo chat.
No, of course.
And we look forward to seeing you. So where can we find you on the internet? So we're on Twitter and website.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, we go under Redwood Classics. As well on LinkedIn, it's also Redwood Classics. You can also find us on Pinterest if any of you guys are on there too. We also provide you with all these links on our website, and even if you shoot me an email, you'll see it at the bottom of my signature too.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, and everyone join us again Wednesday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Okay, and then we